Sally HIller. I'm a member of the Southeastern District Disaster Response Team. Welcome to Module 3 of the Southeastern District Disaster Planning and Preparedness Module Series. Each day, we hear stories about disasters occurring throughout the world. And as Christian congregations, we can respond in many ways. However, we cannot wait for a disaster to happen. We need to take action now. Consider the ways you and your congregation can help prevent, prepare, respond, and recover from a disaster. Plan now to serve as God's loving presence as we reflect on His promise in Matthew, "I am with you always." In Module 3, you will learn how to develop a continuity of operations plan, commonly known as COOP, for your congregation. Now, no one really expects a disaster. Yet if your congregation or school were to experience one, let's say a fire or an electrical storm or tornado, hurricane, a biohazard spill, or pandemic flu, what would you do? How would you continue the necessary operations of your ministry? What will your congregation or school do when a disaster or emergency directly impacts your organization? When Hurricane Katrina created such devastations, churches and schools discovered that their records and necessary materials for providing continuity simply washed away. Their ability to continue operations was greatly hindered and in many instances halted for weeks. What are the steps that you have in place that will enable you to continue operations should such a disaster happen? How are you prepared to serve your ministry in the event that God calls you to step up? This module of congregational disaster preparedness is designed to help you develop a plan that outlines the roles and responsibilities of clergy, staff, and members so that ministry may be able to be continued. Now, the format of a COOP may vary from a very simple checklist to a sophisticated document. Whichever form it takes, it addresses the same core elements of your business operations, fire safety, evacuation, crisis lockdown, closure operations, weather policy, intruder response, ministry operations, relocation designations, first aid, bomb threat, backup of records, internal communications, and even notification procedures. The keys to a plan, though, are to keep it easy to understand, to practice it before the emergency happens, and to be always reviewing and refining your plan based on the lessons learned. Now, you will want to begin with a very simple checklist. Identify those potential disasters that would happen around you. By doing that, you will be able to better determine the type of preparation that you need to undertake. This is the first form that is included in your module, and this form includes both natural and technological disasters, as well as the crisis that violence within the community and within families may cause. Now, the second form in this module is a checklist for COOP, that is the continuity of operations plan for your congregation. Gather together several people to help you to review this, to gather information, to evaluate that information that you need for this checklist. The third and the final form of the module is a responsibility form, and it is designed to identify those members of the congregation, school, and staff who have specific responsibility to ensure the continuance of operations in an emergency. Now, this may seem to you to be an unimportant exercise, yet I want to encourage you to work your way through this module and to evaluate it each time there is a change in staffing or board membership. You see, the greatest gift that you can give your churches, schools, and community families is to be ready, to be able to be the church, the hands and feet of Christ, His grace and mercy in the time of crisis. Once you have completed Module 3, you will be on your way to being able to respond to a disaster, and you are encouraged to complete the other 5 modules. As God's baptized people, you are Christ in action, and you can serve the people of God by being the presence of God as you bring the gift of hope and healing to those who may be suffering. May God bless you in this very important ministry of grace.